So today we are finally doing the Q&A. There was like, I did a whole Q&A thing on Instagram and then I ended up deleting it or not deleting it, but like not saving the actual questions that you guys have. So we are gonna go through the questions, not super fast, but fast enough that we can get through a decent amount of them. I don't think we'll be able to get through all of them, but yeah, you guys had some great questions. You guys have questions on Instagram. If you don't follow us on Instagram, follow us at just the court report. And I update up there all the time, but also there is some questions on Instagram or YouTube as well. So let's start with, okay, should we start with like the most common question ever?
Yeah.
Do you know what that is? What does Ethan do for a job?
I thought that was the second most common.
What's the first comment?
I don't know, I can't remember.
Oh, no, that's the very first. Like every time I show Ethan, like on my Instagram or whatever, and he's in scrubs, people are like, oh my gosh, what does your husband do? So.
I am not a doctor.
No.
I do medical sales.
Yep.
So I sell products into hospitals and surgery centers in 3.5 states, kind of in the Midwest here. So.
Medical sales rep.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Okay. This is a house question. What is the color of the wall of your fireplace, which looks like this?
Mm-hmm.
It is called Calligraphy by Bear.
Yep.
We love it. I love that color. Nevaeh's room is that color. So we love it.
And the downstairs accent wall is that color too.
Yep. Would you like to meet one of your followers in New York if they lived there? Oh my gosh, yes. We totally would. I love when people come up to us and they say like, I watch you on YouTube or I follow you on Instagram. Yeah. We love it. So if you ever see us out and about in Minnesota, New York, or wherever we are, we would love to meet you. Like, you can message us on Instagram. I'll even like, you know, we would love to meet you guys. Do you guys set spending limits for Christmas gifts for the kiddos? Are they all the same?
Yeah, I would say for the most part, we kind of budget what we want to spend on each kiddo, but it really, for the most part, we try to keep it the same, but sometimes it's not.
It's hard because like Austin is older, so like his stuff is more expensive.
Right.
Like I like to have the kids have almost the same amount of gifts. Right. Like last year, Austin got an Xbox, so like he knew he wasn't gonna get as many gifts as the other kids, but like because he understands like it's more expensive. So like with Grayson, if we spent that much money on him for like toys, he would have so many toys.
Yeah.
So yeah, we do have a budget between like we try to set a budget between the two of us. Like Ethan always goes over the budget for me. Like I'll be like, this is how much you can spend. And then he'll be like, well, I got you this and I got you this and I got you this. I'm like, always. Mm-hmm. How did you and Ethan meet?
We grew up in church together since we were like this tall. Like,
yeah, I think I was like 6.
6 and I was 9.
Yeah.
When we met. So we
Fun fact.
Mm-hmm.
Ethan liked my sister first.
Yep.
Yeah, so we've known each other since forever. As long as I've known like Rachel, I've known Ethan, so forever. How old are you and Ethan, and how long have you been together? I'm 32.
And I'm 35.
And we've been together since I was 16.
And I was 19.
So how many years
so,
is that?
What, you're 32 and 16, so 16 years we've been together.
What? 16 years?
Since we started dating.
That's crazy. How did you become a makeup artist and did you go to school for it? So I started posting like on my Facebook, my personal Facebook, pictures of like my makeup, and then I started doing makeup on a lot of the girls that I coached for gymnastics. And then people started reaching out like, hey, can you do my makeup for this? Can you do my makeup for that? And then somebody ended up asking me like, can you do my makeup for my wedding? And I freaked out and I was like, oh my God, like your wedding? Like that's such a huge deal. I need to go to makeup school. So here in Minnesota, they have a place called Faces of Minnesota. And I did a program there. I didn't do the full makeup artist program. I did the little, like it was like a smaller bridal and runway, it was called. And so it was like a 30-hour thing that I did. But I have to be honest, I learned more working at Sephora than I ever did at Faces of Minnesota. So like I learned so much about product, and I got to work on other people's faces. Like the more faces you can work on as a makeup artist, the better you get at what you're doing. And with Sephora, it was like I was constantly testing people's foundation colors and this and that, and like, can you try this color on my lip? And so I got to know and remember, okay, with this skin tone, this looks good, and with this skin tone, that does. So that's kind of how that all came about. It was super random, but I never went to school to be a cosmetologist or anything like that. What fitness, food prep, curly girl things should be on the Christmas list? Okay, fitness. I guess I would say like somebody to get you the Sweat app. I'm obsessed with it. It's all I use. I do the Kelsey Wells program. A lot of you know that, but I know on Instagram when I get new followers daily that they don't know what program I do. I don't make it up by myself. That whole workout program I follow like to a T. So I would say that, or some nice like leg bands that don't roll up your leg. I've seen some on Instagram. It's like, I can't even remember the name, but food prep, I would definitely say like the Bomar protein, just because I love it. I guess if you didn't buy it, like you could have somebody buy it for you. I really like that. And curly girl things, oh, definitely the Perfect Hair Care towel. I would say that. I swear by that thing. It's the best thing ever in the whole entire world. Tips from you and Ethan about getting married young, which is a lot of the questions is like basically how do you keep it spicy between you two? How do you like, especially being married for so long?
That could be a whole...
Oh, I thought that was Piper. Yeah.
Could be a whole separate vlog.
That could be a whole different video. What are you thinking?
How to keep it spicy?
Well, just, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely been, there's definitely...
Ebbs and flows, is that like a up and down?
Yeah, there's definitely been struggles getting married young.
Nevaeh? Do you have a juice? You're low.
But we try to make it a consistent thing to at least do dates at least every couple weeks. Sometimes things get busy,
right?
And it just gets away from us. Life gets busy, but
yeah,
we try to do as much as we can, whether it's after the kids go to bed, spending time together, going on dates, going on trips together. We normally do like 1 to 2 trips a year, just ourselves without the kids, because you need that time away from the kids to focus on your marriage and your relationship. What else?
I mean, I feel like dates is very important, like to get out of the house and like be able to just talk one-on-one without like interruptions. We hardly, like when it's been like weeks and weeks without a date, it's like we are like super disconnected. So yeah. There was one question about how did the boys react to Nevaeh's diagnosis? Grayson was he was 2, 3?
Wouldn't remember.
I don't think he even remembers her being diagnosed.
Yeah, he used to.
But Austin cried.
Yeah.
He's our sensitive one. He feels all the feels. And I remember he was with Nevaeh and he called me, and my friend Mallory was over, and Austin got off. I had to wait for Austin to get off the bus and basically be like, Nevaeh was just diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. And he was like, what? And he cried because he had a friend at school that he knew had diabetes, and like he kind of knew about it. Yeah. So I think he knew what was about to, like, all the things that was gonna get involved with having it. So yeah, but Gray was too little to remember. If you had to move to another state and live there, where would you choose and why? I would have to say somewhere warm.
Yeah, I like Arizona. I like the Scottsdale, Arizona area because it's more dry heat as opposed to like humid heat like Florida.
Yeah.
Although we do like Florida, like
it's the humidity of Florida that I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
Destin's probably like the most like the weather changes more often.
Yeah.
Like as it gets colder in the winter time, but I mean it doesn't snow, like the leaves don't change. That would be, or even New York. I mean, I'm kind of like starting to like really love New York.
Way outside of New York.
I mean, not in New York City, but like New York in general.
Right. Upstate New York.
Favorite and least favorite parts of living in Minnesota? My least favorite part is when it snows in freaking May.
Yeah.
Or April. Like, it's so annoying.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, that's for me. I love winter, but I love winter from like Thanksgiving through New Year's, and then I'm done with it. If I could have like a month and a half, 2 months of winter, I'd be happy. But when it drags on 4 to 5 months,
it gets annoying.
Real annoying. But
and then you think you're like, oh, spring is coming, da 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 da, and then all of a sudden you get one big huge snowstorm, and it's like, whoa, like, kidding me?
But we love all the seasons. Like fall is probably our favorite. It's just beautiful.
I know, it's just different. Like when fall comes, I love fall, but then when spring comes, I'm like, I love spring because it's like all the things are growing and the leaves and it's so beautiful, and there's a lot of things I love about Minnesota, but
and all the lakes.
All the lakes.
Lots of time on the water.
Yep. We're definitely getting a boat. Does it get hard with him traveling? I have one child and my boyfriend working overnight is hard. It does. Yeah, it gets hard. I feel like when it's like week after week, I'm like, oh my God, can you just stay home for a little bit? I need you to be like here and whatnot. It does get hard. But I think I like it. I like having my alone time and being able to talk to him on the phone. I am very much of an introvert. And so like when Ethan's not around, it's nice for me to just not talk, because he likes to talk. He's very extroverted, so he likes to talk and like, what's going on, da 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 da. And sometimes I'm like, I just don't want to talk right now. I want to watch my TV. And
yeah, for the most part, I'd say probably at least 80% of the year when I do travel, I try to schedule it according to what we have going on with our family. Hey, I'm going to schedule a couple, 3 to 4 days of travel, every couple weeks. I try to do it every couple weeks or every other week, so I'm not gone nonstop every week. Does
your husband work out with you? He did today, surprisingly. We just have different schedules, so we can't really work out together. I work out in the middle of the day and he's working.
Right.
So he'll work out he'll do the evening thing. He plays volleyball at the Y, and we try to juggle that. When did you get into fitness and how do you stay so consistent? That's so hard for me because I was a gymnast. And we're both athletes. We grew up being athletes. I started doing gymnastics when I was 3. So I am very used to having like a structured, like your workout, this is your thing, like this is what you gotta do, and da 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 da. So I like that. I feel like I like when I have a workout plan, I'm like, I stick to it and I don't ever skip any of the workouts. Like, I don't know, I love that. And I stay consistent just because I like the way I feel.
But I think a lot of it has to do with your personality too. Like your personality is a type that when you commit to something, you don't waver. Whereas like with me, I'll be good for like a month or 2 and then I'll be off for a couple weeks because I'm working or traveling and I don't make it a priority.
Or like a month.
Or a month, or a couple months.
When people say like, how are you so consistent? I really, honestly, I think it's my personality. Like, I'm like, I'm doing it. I'm going to the gym at least 4 times a week. Like, and on the weekends, I don't do anything. And I'm totally okay with that. I am very like, if I'm doing keto, I am doing keto and I'm not cheating. Just must be like, it's my personality.
Your creature habit.
I'm very like, I'm that kind of person that like if I say I'm doing something, I am doing it.
Yep.
What's your favorite thing about being on YouTube? Oh my gosh, there's so many things. It's just, I really enjoy talking to you guys and sharing what I love and like our life. I like looking back on that stuff. Like even the kids look back when they were little babies. Right, Gray?
rewatching old videos.
Yeah.
I'd say my favorite thing, and Courtney can probably echo this as well, is like when we actually have somebody, especially when it comes to like Nevaeh's type 1 diabetes and those kind of videos where we meet some random person or somebody comes up to us in public, whether it's in our hometown or out and about traveling, we run into people and they're like, oh my gosh, are you so-and-so from the court report? And them sharing stories about how watching Nevaeh's videos has helped their daughter or their son or their family member with type 1 diabetes and coping with it. So that's the most rewarding part of doing the channel.
And yeah, I definitely echo that. There's a lot of things that I like.
Yeah.
There's way more pluses than there is negatives to it. Okay, so we're almost done because I feel like we're getting kind of long, but are you looping? Will you consider looping for your daughter? I don't know if you guys know what that means, but that is the Omnipod. With the Dexcom looping, you have to like create your own app basically or something.
Yeah, you can tell we haven't. We don't.
We don't do it. We've talked about it, but I think it's something that I would have to do. Ethan is very computer, you're not illiterate, but like you're almost to that point. Like if anything were to happen with like a computer, he's like, Court?
Yeah.
Like the TV's not working.
If I get a
like,
new
I don't know what I'm doing.
and I gotta sync it and
he gets all hyped up about it.
It just, I don't have the patience for technology kind of stuff, but
yeah,
we're kind
of considering it.
We're holding out for like the new system where the Omnipod and the Dexcom is going to be a working system together, kind of like the Medtronic.
I actually don't. I feel like now I don't know what looping is. I don't know. When and why did y'all start to, or decide to start a YouTube channel? I started because I started blogging, and I was bad at it. And somebody, one of my friends suggested, you should do a YouTube channel. I think that you would be good at it.
Yep.
And it kind of just went from there. I was doing makeup, and Nevaeh was 2.
7 years.
She's gonna be 10. Yeah, like it's been a while, but that's kind of how it started. It just kind of naturally happened. And I told myself, if I got 100 views on this video, I'm gonna keep doing it.
Yeah.
Cause that is worth it to me. Like 100 people watched me. And I did, and so then I was like, I'm gonna keep going, and I just never quit. I think that's the one thing that, I know that was a question, like, when, something about YouTube and like being consistent with YouTube too, it's just like, I feel like, it's like I owe it to people who watch us to be consistent with you guys, and say what's going on, and say what's happening in our life, and whatnot. So, are the kids coming to New York with you? No, we are going to New York by ourselves. That's gonna be our our adult thing.
Yep.
But we will be vlogging it.
We will.
How does your family handle household chores and responsibilities?
And there's not necessarily an assigned. It's
yeah, we don't have like a schedule.
Kids get home from school or on the weekend, we'll be like, hey, can you empty the dishwasher?
Do your laundry.
Time to do your laundry today.
Take the garbage out.
Yeah, we don't have like a set schedule of today's cleaning day. It's just like, hey, if it looks like it's starting to get dirty, hey, can somebody vacuum? And we try to divvy it up as even as possible.
Yeah, I mean, the kids always take the dishes out of the dishwasher, and then Ethan puts them in there because I am not allowed to put them in there. Even if I do put them in there, Ethan moves them around anyway, so I just let him do it because he's very like OCD about it, and like, this is like Tetris, and I'm always like, okay, whatever. So, yeah, that's it. How many tattoos do you each have, and what are your opinions on tattoos in general? I think I have like 15 now.
Yeah.
I have a lot of little tattoos. I love tattoos. I was just telling Ethan yesterday I want another tattoo.
And I love tattoos as well. I have 4 total.
Yeah. I forgot. Yeah.
I have Austin's name here. I have Nevaeh Joy on the inside of my arms, and then I have Grayson Allen on my upper back, and then I have the one on the back of my arm which says I'll keep you safe, and
mine says I'll keep you wild. Yeah, but and then I have this one. Yeah.
I would love to get
he wants a sleeve.
Courtney hasn't warmed up to the idea yet. So
I like
I would
sleeves.
have to design it out and kind of show her what I'm thinking. before
well,
I
he
do.
just says, I want a sleeve, like in general. And I'm like, well, what do you want on your sleeve? And he's like, I don't
Yeah.
know. So it's like,
I'll have to
I'm not opposed to it, but like, it would be interesting to see what he would get.
Yeah.
Have you and Ethan both done, Have you and Ethan both done the Enneagram? If so, what's your number and has it helped your relationship? Oh my gosh, I love the Enneagram so much. I swear, it's like, knows me and it's crazy. I am an 8. Eth, did you remember what you are?
I am is it a 3-wing 4
You're
or a 2-wing 3?
No, you're a 3.
I'm a 3-wing 4, they call
You guys-
it. So I have 3 is my main, but I have a lot of characteristics of 4. The label that they give it is called the charmer.
Yeah, the 3 is like, if you guys read a 3 or know a 3, he's like 100%. Like he wants to do everything. He wants to, yeah, the charmer. It's like he also has people pleasing aspects to him, which I do not have that. Like, I feel like I'm kind of like, I don't know, if people don't like me, it's whatever. I really am like, eh.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't like me, you don't know me. That's what I think. But I am an 8, and if like, every time I read a meme of like me and him, like, I'm like, wow, totally.
Yeah.
And has it helped our relationship?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say more so when we did various times throughout our marriage. We've done counseling with a marriage counselor.
Yeah.
And they did
Another person out.
what is it called? Temperaments. It's
Yeah.
like you try your temperaments and figure out what your temperaments are. That's helped us a lot.
Have you and Ethan ever broken up or dated other people? Dated other people, but we've never broken up.
No. From
Dated other
dating,
people, but that was like,
engaged, married.
we were in high school,
Right.
dated. Have you ever dosed Nevaeh for a meal and she didn't finish it? What happens? Yes,
All
oh
the
my
time.
gosh, it happens all the time. Like, we'll dose her for the bread of like a sandwich, and she doesn't eat like a good chunk of the crust, which is like a decent amount of carbs. So, but basically she'll just say, I was full, can I just have a juice? So she'll just drink, or can I have a half of a juice if it's not quite 15 carbs? We kind of look at the meal and calculate, like, this was probably like 7 carbs, so drink like this much juice, and
Or have a Smartie or an Airhead. Or
Yeah,
whatever equate to
a
replacing
glucose
that chunk.
tab. Yeah. So that's what happens. What kind of purse do you carry? Ethan got me a Louis Vuitton Neverfull medium one. Was it called an MM, I think it's called. Favorite Netflix series? I mean, right now we're watching Friends. I don't necessarily know if I don't know if I necessarily have a favorite. I really liked the series, the You series. It was so good. So good. They're coming out with another season.
Yeah, when I do watch, lately I just finished The Ranch, and I really liked The Ranch. So that was my favorite.
I think we're gonna have to end it there. We have a lot of questions, but I don't think we can answer them all without like making this a half an hour long. So we'll end it there, but if you have more questions, follow me on Instagram and we will definitely be doing this again. I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you in our next video.
See ya.
Bye.